All about Ichimoku. Ichimoku is a lot more than just an indicator. Ichimoku is much more than 5 lines on a chart. Ichimoku is a complete investment system. Goichi Hosoda created this system and described it in his 7 books. Today, we only have access to 4 of them. These books were published in 1969. That is exactly 50 years ago. In these books, Hosoda describes 3 great theories about the markets. Time span theory, the wave theory, in which the creator of Ichimoku claimed that his 5 waves could explain all price movements on the chart. We have here wave I, wave V, wave N, wave Y and wave P. The third theory is price target theory. The targets are used only and exclusively in relation to the wave N. And we have 4 possible ranges: V range, N range, E range, and NT range. The first target is the range V, where V equals B plus B minus C. So, looking at it in a very simple way, BC equals BV. Observing the red line, we can guess why it is called V. The second target is target N, where N equals C plus B minus A. What is just the distance between A and B equals the distance between C and N. Again, by observing the red line, we can guess why this target is called target N. Target E, where E equals B plus B minus A. Also in this case, the distance between point A and B equals the distance between point B and our target. If we look at the red line, it will also become clear why it is called the target E. The last target is called NT target, where NT equals C plus C minus A. That is, the distance between the point A and C equals the distance between the point C and our NT range. Also in this case, looking at the red line, we can see where the NT name came from. These theories were developed over 50 years ago, but on the current chart we can precisely mark the waves described by Goichi Hosoda. 2 waves of I, 2 waves of V, N wave, downward, N wave, upward. Y wave. See with what precision the price behaves on the chart. Wave P. Let's see how the target behaves now. Are they still valid? Target N, down. So N equals C minus A minus B. That is the distance between A and B equals the distance between point C and our target. The calculation of these targets can be quite difficult and problematic. If we do not know well all the formulae that are needed for the correct calculation of the price targets. Here we have, for example, point A, which equals 113.37, minus B, which equals 110.180, minus C, which is 111.469. Equals 108.27, a result that almost coincides with our target. But does trading have to be really that complicated, and do we have to waste so much time calculating? Learning the theory of wave, cycles, and targets is only the first step to correct use the Ichimoku strategy. The second step is to find on the chart hundreds of examples, which confirm the correctness of interpretation of these theories. Calculating all ranges and cycles is a very time-consuming task. We are therefore proposing to you an indicator which will significantly speed up and facilitate this process. This indicator was created on the basis of the Ichimoku strategy alone. This indicator is called Ichimoku Wave Meter. Let's see how it works. It is divided into tabs that contain almost all elements of Ichimoku strategy. These tabs are arranged in a logical way, so that each time the analysis is performed correctly, from beginning to end, not omitting any elements. As we don't do current analysis, we will start with the button responsible for the historical analysis. What does that mean? This means that on the basis of historical data, I can make an analysis of how the price behaved. What else does that mean? This means that we had 9 days, which corresponded to the Hosoda cycles, and in these 9 days points A, B and C appeared. And the answer, in 7 days to reach our target N. Of course, all this information presented by the indicator will be difficult to interpret, at least at the beginning. So, we can only leave on the chart what we are interested in. If we get rid of the measurements that we do not need at the moment, the chart will contain only the information that is important for us, which are in this case, the cycles and the target. If there is too much for a beginner Ichimoku trader, then we can hide all the time information with one click. In this way, only the targets will remain on the chart. In this case, we can choose only those targets that we are interested in, so that they remain on the chart. After this operation, we see only the target that we are interested in, which is in this case the target N. The next wave we're gonna be interested in is A, B, and C wave. As you can see, by changing the color of the new wave, we can do all the necessary A, B, C calculations in just a few seconds. And here is the result, which immediately tells us that we are dealing with a wave which lasted 12 days as A, B and C. Now, let's move on to the Ichimoku indicator on the current chart. If we open our Ichimoku Waves Meter indicator, and find that the current price is obscured, we can move it to any place on the chart. This is the first panel that will be found the impulse measurement section. How I can use it, I will explain it on another occasion. Now see how we can do the current measurement. Press button with automatic A, B, C current measurement. Please note that we want to measure the point A, B and C. And in a second, we have made all the measurements that we need in order to apply the Hosoda theory correctly. Again, we can move the indicator on the chart in a very easy way. We can reduce the chart. And now, we can see that not all the elements have been correctly selected. Just press the modify key to move the elements to the right places. And now, we have the correct measurements. We already know, from the previous picture, that we have simple price targets, V, N, E, and T. We can have price targets multiplied, for example 2 by V, or 3 by V. And there may also be targets divided, for example, the target of V, plus target NT, divided by 2. See that the price perfectly stopped here. Let's see another chart now. Euro against New Zealand dollar, in a daily chart. Here we can see if Hosoda's theories are still valid. We start with historical measurements of how the price has been preserved in the past. The Kinjun line is very helpful in searching for an A, B and C point. Intersection of this line, retest this line, and we have A, B, C. We can see now how accurate these calculations are. What does T3 mean? Means that, if the time between A and C was 11 days. This can also take 11 days to arrive at the target. The indicator also marks 2 places on the chart called UG. But about that, on another occasion. On the chart, we leave only the information that we are interested in at the moment. This process was made easier by using the H button, delete, hide, quickly the unnecessary lines on the chart. As we can see, in a very fast and easy way, we got rid of the excess of information, and there remains only what we are interested in to interpret correctly the behavior of this bear. We're gonna look for the next wave now, and we're gonna take measurements. Using the current measurement button, we can change the color of the wave, so that it's not confused with the previous calculation. We need to find the points A, B and C, and measure it. The price is again close to T3. This means that if 15 days have passed from point A to point C, then from point C to our T3 the next 15 days will pass. If someone has a problem with reading the date, just press the info button to appear a panel, in which all the dates of individual time relations are listed. Where can I find out more about the Ichimoku Wave Meter indicator? View at Ichimoku.eu. These are different language versions of Italian, Japanese, Polish, Russian, and of course English. Here you can see the application of the indicator and its short description. We have prepared a manual which describes in detail indicator usage and installations on MetaTrader 4 platform, and a description of the strategy on the basis of which the indicator was derived. For example, Kyushu's leg strategy, which Western technical analysis has not yet heard of. To get a thorough understanding of the entire Ichimoku strategy, we have prepared for you a course which will soon appear on Ichimoku.eu website. Thank you very much for your attention.